Not accurate at all.
Today we're going to be talking about the Trendmasters Godzilla Doom Island, Mechagodzilla vs. Stegosaurus and Velociraptor set. But first, let's take a look at Mechagodzilla, who is very obviously inspired by the design that graced the Noriyoshi poster for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. And when looking at the powered-up version of this particular figure, yeah, very much so. Kind of wish those pieces came with the Doom Island sets, but whatever. Up first, we have Mechagodzilla's head, and he's got a head like a fucking meatloaf. Look at it, it's so thick and boxy, almost shoebox looking-esque, and I dig it quite a bit. From a front-on view, though, he kind of looks like a steroid-ridden Tyrannosaurus Rex, or shoebox that gained sentiency. But right from the word go, I really do appreciate everything Trendmasters was doing here. I don't believe this particular design for Mechagodzilla was ever properly represented at this point in time in figure format at least. So knowing that Trendmasters were somewhat ahead of the curve really just makes me happy, and maybe a little sad, but fuck that. And while I do enjoy the Doom Island line's exclusive little paint application of just this black dry brushing all over their figures, I really wouldn't mind owning just a flat silver version of this gent. But still, everything present here is pretty damn lovely. The bottom of the feet are too clean. Daddy likes dirty feet. Disgusting! Said paint application really applies a fairly used look to these figures. Not in a previously owned way, but in a previously I got fucked up in a battle way. It's just wholly interesting, and the details alone coupled with this paint application is truly just the bee's knees. Although I will say these dorsal fins, not crazy about them. Granted, this is a pretty wild step away from the Mechagodzilla norm, and I'm very much a fan of the wild steps away from the norm. But that doesn't mean that I like all of it. This is so weird. I feel like you could just string a little Christmas hook in there and just have them hanging on your Christmas tree. But regardless of how I feel about the dorsal fins, I quite like everything else on the figure, detail and paint-wise. And just look at those strong yellow eyes. I mean, look at the detail on the head overall. That's just fantastic. I'm not exactly sure why one nostril is blacked out while the other one isn't, unless they were going for a two-toned look, to which I guess they really did succeed there. But yeah, as far as Doom Island poster version Mechagodzilla goes, I'm gonna give him a solid star in terms of paint and detail. Moving on, we've got ourselves another Vicarious Raptor. Pretty much everything we saw with the Godzilla vs. Tyrannosaurus Rex and Velociraptor set is going to be present here. It's just this is a whole different sculpt for the Velociraptor. He's a demonic dinosauric Dorito from hell. Absolutely love the paint job that Trendmasters gave this gent. And even though he's not wholly accurate to how a dinosaur looks, both back in the day and now, I have nothing but enjoyment and admiration for these little raptor boys. Or girls, I don't mean to assume. Black nails, greasy pizza cheese, yellow, red, and orange. How could you possibly go wrong? 2 solid stars. And now for my favorite dinosaur of the Doom Island set. It's Stego. Just look at this. Oh my god, the speckle, the base color, the rather pissed off, lisp-having look on his face. Everything about this little Stego baby guy over here is just awesome. And what's even better about this speckle job that was given to him is that it's not just black as you're seeing, as the dorsal fins got both black and purple specklage going on here. I fucking love that. Yes, on both sides of the dorsal fins, we will be getting a whole bunch of purple, and thankfully that purple is going to move into the tail a little bit as well, as shown here. And I'm especially really loving that speckle job on the spiked tail over here. I mean, you really just can't go wrong with a paint job like this. Trendmasters were having I guess the time of their lives while doing this guy up, and I think it was totally worth it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some specklage on the teeth and the mouth as well, and on the bottom of the figure as well. Love it, love it, love it. Wish there was a little bit more purple over here, but that's okay, I still really do dig it. Plus, gray and rusty orange. This man looks infected with something. Thankfully, he's not infected with that zombie virus from Primal. Jesus Christ. He's just infected with the based paint job. So 2 solid stars in terms of paint and detail for little Stego guy over here. Now let's take a look at articulation. Starting off with Riptor over here, spring-loaded leg like the other one. The opposite leg is not spring-loaded, so it can move all the way around. There is a swivel at the tail, but I really don't want to push this because it doesn't feel natural. The same could really be said with the head, although the head doesn't feel like it's going to break something. Same with this here arm. This arm as well. There we go. Basically everything we got with the other raptor, solid star in terms of articulation. As for little Stego baby dude, he's going to have a spring-loaded tail, which I imagine when wound to the proper way, pressing on this dorsal fin over here would activate it, but I'm not going to attempt that just because I don't want to break this, and I remember attempting this back when I first got these, and it really didn't produce any kind of results that were worth showing again. But we will have a swivel at the head over here. Front legs can go all the way around, as can these back legs over here. Both of these legs can move forward and back to a certain extent as well, but they are much tighter than the other ones, and this one also feels spring-loaded to some extent. Either that or it's just really, really tight. Oh, he's tight. So yeah, not going to attempt. Solid star in terms of articulation. And now for Mechagodzilla. Swivel at the head, all the way around. Swivel at the arms, all the way around. The legs can go all the way around as well. And the tail can move back and forth, but since it's situated in such a way and has these grooves for his little butt thrusters back here, moving it all the way around isn't really possible unless you take it out of his ass and then, yeah, look at that. Full swivel. Holly, holly, so a little basic in terms of articulation, but pretty much everything you'd expect from a figure like this. Solid star in terms of articulation. 3 solid stars for the entire set, and now I'm going to repeat myself and things that I've likely said before, but this is my favorite set from the Godzilla Doom Island Godzilla versus the Dinosaurs mini-series within a series thing. I don't know, between the Stegosaurus and just Mechagodzilla's appearance overall, I really can't hate it, and I really couldn't put Godzilla or Mecha King Ghidorah over this set entirely. So with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Bandai Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla 1993. New Bandai Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla 1993. Trendmasters Mechagodzilla Standard and Repaint figures. An assortment of little Mechagodzilla minis. The previous Doom Island review, Godzilla vs. the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Velociraptor set. And the next Doom Island review, Mecha King Ghidorah vs. the Pteranodon and Velociraptor set. And that's it for Godzilla Doom Island Mechagodzilla versus the Stegosaurus and Velociraptor set. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Between Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, the sets have been pretty keen on just being, you know, awesome. It's only once we get to Mecha King Ghidorah where I feel just a little but the Pteranodon is awesome. I love that freaking thing. Social media, Patreon, $1 a month, early access to videos, plus. Have yourselves a fantastic day, afternoon, night, life day, whatever the heck, and I will see you all next time. Peace. Bit.